Hey everybody, Troy Anderson here from KettlebellFatLossTraining.com and KBFatLoss.name.com. We're back to the blackboard. I told member Kim, who sent this in, who actually is another coach, a fitness coach, about a request about a question with one of her clients, and that I would go over this in a video form for her. So that's kind of what I'm going to do today. And this gives me a way to kind of deliver a lot more information real quickly. She's a really wonderful coach because she's doing a lot of great things, and has got a really good client. So she's got a client who's a male, 44 years old, taking action, so that's pretty cool. A lot of males that age do not do that. He's at about 18% body fat, and she says that he's pretty strong. I don't know what exactly the numbers are there, but that's always a good thing to be able to work with. Right now, he's training 4 times a week. She's got him doing an upper body session on Monday, a lower body session on Tuesday, a total body session on Thursday, and a total body session that focuses on body weight and endurance stuff on Friday. The one thing that she didn't include for me, actually, let me share one more bit of information. She said he's had some success in the past, but had some trouble being compliant in order to make really great success. So the one thing that I would point out, and I assume that she has this, is what is the goal, right? And to make him get really clear on that. So I've been working on some stuff before, recently on this in regards to my clients and things like that, and we really want to get a goal, or even another word for goal is reason. Why exactly is this gentleman, depending on what his goal is, say his goal is to get down to 12% body fat. So that's to lose 6%. So why exactly, what's the reason that he's doing all this other hard work, but not quite willing to do something else, which we're going to get to in a second, to get to that number? So what's the reason? Because he's doing an awful lot of work. He's getting up, he's making time in his schedule. He's obviously probably working pretty darn hard with him to do that. So what's the reason that we're having trouble with that? So that's one thing. In regards to the nutrition, let me raise the board here a little bit. Get a little spritz down too. The next thing in regards to nutrition, the one thing you want to live off, and I actually got this off the new report for the Kettlebell Meltdown program. Dax puts it pretty bluntly, pretty straight. So does Alan Crosgo, but it might have something to do with being born or raised on an island. But Alan always says you can't out-train a crappy nutrition program, especially in regards to fat loss. The brand new piece that I'm putting into the Kettlebell Fat Loss program, Dax talks about 90% of what we look like in the mirror comes from what comes in through our mouth. The other 10% is your movement, your exercise base. So if I was you, Kim, I would really concentrate on his nutrition just to see how to get him a little more compliant. Okay? What I would do also from there, there's 2 more things I would do. I would break it down into baby steps. So say the goal is 12% in, let's do some easy math. Say 12% in 12 weeks. Okay? So we're going to reverse engineer that. That's 1% per week, so he can focus. There's a micro goal. We're breaking it down for him, right? 1% per week. What does that come down to per day? That comes down to like what, about 1/10, or about 0.15% per day. Okay. So that just to break it down and really chewable, reverse engineer the goal for him, whatever the process would be. I think actually, in regards to your question, I think your training program is pretty good. I don't know, and it depends again on the goal. I don't know if I'd use upper body, lower body split programming, but that's okay too. Is the endurance and body weight stuff just to keep it mixed up, or is it actually following? Well, you might be able to make some tweaks there in regards to the training. Maybe you go 3 upper body trainings and you go to more of a high intensity cardio training, interval training day strictly on your 4th day. That might be something as well. The other thing that I do in regards to my life coaching clients that's really, really helped them a lot is we do a mastermind day every week. And as soon as you get him clear on his reason, you can really start to apply this. Mastermind is, when we go through an R-step process, is goal, verbally. It's very powerful to do this verbally. Goal, what went well, or the thumbs up, and how is that relevant? Because we got to keep it relevant. Remember, you got to keep from my friend Dan John, you got to keep the goal the goal. How is it relevant to his goal? What was the struggle this week? So kind of a thumbs down. How did that affect the goal? What are you working on this week? So, and then the final part is support. What kind of support does he need from you? Okay? I think a lot of what you're doing is very well. Just to break some things down for him, get him clear on the numbers. Find out his nutrition, his compliance troubles. If it's because he's like one of my clients this week, he just came to awareness that when he works real late, he gets real stressed out at work. He finds that he's eating late at night. So we're working on issues there. But if you go over this process with him, every single time that you see him 4 times a week, you got 4 times to go over that process. What's the goal? What's going well? Are we sticking to what we said we're going to work on this week? What's the struggle? Or if we messed up on what we're working on this week? Working on this. Try to make this, what you're working on, something new each week that's building upon that. And I think you'll get into where you want to real quickly. But like I said, I think the biggest focus, I think your training programs are probably pretty darn good. If they weren't, you probably wouldn't be emailing me. You probably wouldn't give a crap. So I'm pretty confident that your training program is probably pretty good. So I would concentrate on, one, maybe the knowledge on this end, on the nutrition end, but get the goal, maybe some knowledge here, start to reverse engineer it, and then mastermind with it. So let me break that down again. Training program, good. Getting clear on a reason or goal. Look at nutrition, see if he needs knowledge there. If he does, then great, fix it. If he doesn't, then just keep reinforcing it. Reverse engineer the goal, then mastermind on a session-to-session basis. Make sure that he's getting that. And so I'm not super with this all the time. I don't expect you to be super with this all the time with your clients, but you've got to try to do as much as possible. They have to understand that this is not nagging, especially if you're doing it every time. They may start to feel that way, but it's all about helping them get to this faster. Okay? So that's my wrap up for helping you kind of do the fat loss troubleshoot. It's really a lot about the nutrition. So have a great day. Troy Anderson sign off from KettlebellFatLossTraining.com and KDFatLoss.Ning.com. Have a great day.